What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the brand new downtown cards dropping today in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. Invincible Kevin McHale, Invincible Elgin Baylor, 100 overall Elgin Baylor, Dark Matter Dennis Johnson, and Dark Matter Joe Dumar. On the surface, this drop, just in terms of like name value for the MyTEAM community, as well as size of players besides McHale, looks pretty underwhelming. Three really at this point undersized point guards, 6'5", 6'4", and 6'3" for Elgin, Dennis, and Dumars respectively. It's just not that exciting, I think. But that being said, Invincible Kevin McHale, if he's done right, has the potential to be one of the best small forwards in the game. So that is worth keeping in mind. Now, that being said, before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. And without further ado, let's hop right into it. Let's see what this drop is looking like. We'll take a look at this Joe Dumars card to start. 6'3" with a 6'6" wingspan, 97 speed, 97.3, 90 driving dunk. Defensively, he's got 94 interior, 98 perimeter, 90 block, and 98 steal. I mean, he looks good. There's no doubt about that. Great finisher, great shooter, great playmaker, great defender. Like a well-rounded, good card. No doubt about that. But that being said, he is 6'3" with a 6'6" wingspan, so that's a limiting factor. Now, Garland, Francis Curry, Trey, Pro 2, Luka Dragback, T-Mac base with Derek Favors upper. Good lord. If I'm not mistaken, this is an incredible card animation-wise. I don't know about the Derek Favors upper. If that's not great, that might hold him back a bit. But everything else is nasty. I mean, he's got even the Luka dragback, which I think is even probably better than Levine. I think it's the best dragback in the game. That is pretty fire. This is a great looking card. He's got nasty dunk animations as well. He's actually really cold. He's just 6'3". So it's like, just like a guy like Darren Williams, for example, who's a similar type of card to this Joe Dumars. This Dumars might even be a better version of that, but a good, fun, shot-creating, scoring PG, but he's 6'3". I'd really love to see a Dark Matter point guard like this who's 6'7" or 6'8" at this point in the year. I just think, and I know size isn't everything, right? But here's the thing. When you are playing against Nikola Jokic or Ben Simmons or point guard LeBron or point guard Magic or other guys like that that are the most expensive and best point guards in the game, it's like 6'3" just isn't going to cut it at the end of the day. And no matter what the animations are, that's just the way it is. So will this card be fun to use? Sure. Am I going to probably do a gameplay on him just because his SIGs are fun? Probably. Is he an elite card at the end of the day? Probably not, just because of his size. Dennis Johnson, 6'4" with a 6'7" wingspan, 97 speed, 93 ball, 85 driving dunk, and defensively he's great too. He's an inch taller, although he looks a little bit worse all the way around in terms of the stats and badges. Maybe. I mean, about the same though, honestly. Defense is very, very good. Playmaking, shooting, and finishing. He's got pretty much all the key badges you're looking for in those areas as well. Like, is another well-rounded good card. Jordan Orabase, Cade Cunningham upper, I believe is the jumper that he already had this year, if I'm not mistaken. It is. Pro 2 fade, D-Book, De'Aaron, Kemba, Kobe. He moves noticeably worse than Joe Dumars. It's not even really particularly close, to be totally honest. His animations just are not nearly as good. Having Booker dribble style instead of Garland, not good. D-Fox size up isn't terrible, but it's not as good as Francis. Kobe behind the back is nothing compared to Trey. And honestly, his jumper's probably not quite as good as well. I look at this card and I go, the only thing that he really has over Dumars is that he's an inch taller. So he's going to compete a bit more defensively, despite having pretty similar defensive stats and badges as well. He's going to be a better overall defender just because of that additional size. But besides that, I think Dumars is probably better. His animations are much better offensively. I don't think a 1-inch height difference is enough to really change that. So to me, at least, Dennis Johnson is not a card that I personally am excited about at all. Like, I'll probably do a gameplay on Dumars. I'm not even sure I'll do a gameplay on Dennis Johnson. Like, I did do a gameplay on Bill Walton last week because he was terrible. This Dennis Johnson card isn't terrible, but he's just not worth doing a video for, in my personal opinion. Not an exciting card. Elgin Baylor, 6'5", 6'8" wingspan, 99 stats, of course, across the board on basically every single attribute. Like 198 there, and I think passing is 98 as well, and 98 intangibles. So yeah, play base. He's perfect in terms of the stats. Now the badges are basically perfect. When you look at the badges that aren't on Hoff, in all honesty, I wouldn't say any of them are absolutely crucial to have on Hall of Fame by any means. And he is 6'5" with a 6'8" wingspan, so he's got a bit more size than both Dumars and Dennis Johnson. Jumper looks really good. They changed his jumper, which is good. AJ Lawson base, Oscar upper. I will say this is a good shot, no doubt about it. Oscar upper is so common on cards. You see how many Invincibles and 100 overalls and three of the 4 GOAT cards that have come out so far have that Oscar upper. I don't love Oscar Upper. I don't think it's bad. It's actually very nice on some cards. Like, I'm sure this is a solid, smooth, easy jumper, but it's not the fastest jumper in the game. He is 6'5". He does have Garland, Francis, Pro 2, Curry, Trey, Levine. So SIGs are really good in terms of all around, well-rounded dribble SIGs, Pro 2 fade, and the jumper should be super duper solid as well. I would love to see 2K maybe start putting different uppers on cards than just Oscar as like the main upper that they put on the majority of cards when they're souping them up. But that being said, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like, I think it's still a very good jumper. I think his SIGs are still very good. I think he's still got a very nice fade. I think this card's going to be really, really good for a 6'5" point guard. He's just a 6'5" point guard. So again, that's just a limiting factor. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's a good card. He's not a spectacular card just because of that. And then you have Mikhail, who's 6'10" with 7'11" wingspan, can play the small forward position. This is the card that is probably the best card in the set, you would think. 99 stats across the board, a bunch of legend finishing and defensive badges, as well as post-fade phenom. The legend badges are not exhilarating for this card, especially having a bunch of finishing and post-fade phenom. But everything is also on Hoff. And he looks good. I mean, he's got Donovan Mitchell base, Colin Sexton upper on very quick. Really good upper, so that's nice. Pro 2 fade, Garland dribble style, Kemba escape, Trey behind the back. Mitchell size up isn't as good as the Francis size up, but that's okay, and he's got Levine drag back too. He's not quite as good, probably, as Giannis and KG are without that Francis, but I mean, if you're looking, that's a pretty nitpick, you know what I mean? He's 6'10", he's at a 7'11" wingspan. His animations are really nice. People were telling me this morning that 2K forgot to upgrade his animations. That does not seem to be the case anymore. I guess they forgot to update them on 2KDB or something like that this morning, because apparently they were like normal and basic and stuff, but now they look pretty good. And really the only real criticism I have is that he's got Mitchell size up, which isn't ideal, but it's not that big of a deal. And honestly, I like Donovan Mitchell's base. I like it a lot, honestly. I think it's very smooth, very easy, and then a really fast upper too on it, like Sexton, which I think is probably the best upper in the game. That's elite, you know what I mean? That's elite. This is a really good card. He's a 6'10", switchable, high-level, versatile small forward with elite length, who's going to be a quality shot creator, a great shooter, and a great defender. Very well-rounded card. And he'll probably be decently affordable too as a Tuesday Invincible. He's going to be more inexpensive than most of the other Invincibles, which in my opinion is cool, you know what I mean? And I will say I'm not surprised he's really good. I expected it to be good, and he is. It's kind of been the way that these super packs have been, is that when they drop playoff content, the Invincibles haven't been that good with Gary Payton and Derrick Rose. And then when they drop, when they don't drop playoff content, we've gotten two Invincibles in Rudy Gay and Kevin McHale, who are top tier guys who are elite at their positions. So I think as a whole, it's a pretty good drop, to be totally honest. I mean, it's not a great drop. At least Dumars and Elgin are souped, but I'm not going to say it's a spectacular drop by any means. But Mikhail is a spectacular card. That is for sure. There's no doubt about that. And he's a card that I would be interested in potentially picking up, if nothing else, because should be a lot of fun and should be a really good card. But with that being said, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.